Top 5 Forgotten Vintage Adult Actresses from 1970s. Colleen Brennan, born the 1st of December 1949 in Tennessee, is an American former actress known for her work in both 1970s exploitation cinema and the 1980s VHS era. Raised in a blue-collar family, she studied ballet as a child and began her entertainment career in the late 1960s as a go-go dancer at Atlanta's Claremont Lounge. She studied to become a nurse's aide and, following her acting career, worked with people with intellectual disabilities. Recognized for her natural red hair, freckled appearance, and lively screen presence, she first worked as a dancer before being discovered at the classic Cat Club on the Sunset Strip. Performing under names including Sharon Kelly, she appeared in numerous cult and video-era productions and became one of the most recognizable red-haired performers of her generation. One critic famously wrote that she could communicate more with a simple facial expression than many actresses could with a page of dialogue. Brennan earned several industry honors, including AVN Awards for Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress, as well as Critics' Adult Film Awards and XRCO recognition for her performances during the mid-1980s. In the late 1980s, she voluntarily retired because of concerns surrounding the AIDS crisis and later created her own home recording studio for phone entertainment services. Since leaving the industry, Brennan has maintained a largely private life, while remaining remembered as one of the notable stars of the classic VHS era. Pat Manning, born the 24th of October 1940 in New York, is an American former actress who became known during the late 1970s and 1980s video era. Before entering entertainment, she married shortly after high school, raised a son, and later became involved in boat racing while living in California. She was discovered by industry agent William Margold in 1976 and soon began appearing in films, often cast as confident older women in cougar and MILF-style roles that became popular during the VHS boom. Known for her blonde looks and mature screen presence, Manning appeared in numerous productions throughout the 1980s, such as Dracula Sucks, 1978, The Young Like It Hot, 1983, and also worked behind the scenes in production management. In the late 1980s, she retired from performing and later maintained a private life away from public attention, while remaining remembered as one of the recognizable mature stars of the classic VHS era. Laurien Dominique, born Lori Ann Detgen on the 22nd of September 1956 in Springfield, Illinois, was an American actress and artist who became known during the late 1970s and early 1980s VHS era. Before entering entertainment, she worked in theater and spent time living in Kauai, Hawaii. She began appearing in films in 1976 and quickly became a favorite of director Bob Chin and producer Gail Palmer. Known for her natural beauty and expressive acting style, she appeared in productions such as Hard Soap, 1977, V, The Hot One, 1978, and Beauty, 1981. Dominique was also a talented painter who created surrealistic and fantasy-themed artwork. She retired from the industry in 1983. Sadly, struggles with alcoholism and addiction contributed to her death from an embolism on March 23, 1986, at age 29. Tiffany Clark, born the 18th of March, 1961, in Los Angeles, California, is an American former actress, writer, producer, and production crew member who became active during the early 1980s VHS era. Raised by adoptive parents, she worked both in front of and behind the camera, gaining credits in script supervision, production, and directing. Known for her glamorous image and versatility, she appeared in productions such as Pandora's Mirror, 1981, Liquid Assets, 1982, and Hot Dreams, 1983. Tiffany earned 2 AVN Awards at the first AVN ceremony in 1984 for Best Supporting Actress and Best Scene for Hot Dreams. She later co-directed and co-produced Hot Rockers, 1985. After appearing in nearly 100 productions, Clark retired from the industry in the late 1990s and later maintained a more private life away from public attention. Marlene Willoughby, born the 17th of May, 1948, in Detroit, Michigan, is an American former actress, model, and writer who became a recognizable figure during the 1970s and 1980s video era. Of Polish and Italian descent, she was raised in a Catholic household and worked as an organist in church services while growing up. After moving to New York City in 1961, she became involved in experimental off-Broadway theater productions, with groups including Theater for the New City and Judson Poets. Before entering films in 1975, she also worked as a model and appeared in magazines such as Penthouse, Cherry, Swank, and High Society. Known for her tall, brunette appearance and outspoken personality, she appeared in productions such as Pandora's Mirror, 1981, Foxtrot, 1982. She also wrote magazine columns and advocated publicly for the industry. Willoughby was one of the first stars to operate her own fan club. In later years, Willoughby retired from entertainment in 1985 and maintained a more private life away from public attention.